There was family drama, a murder mystery, some Rajniti, and the Aam Aadmi's fight against the establishment. The year 2012 for Indian real estate had all the makings of a blockbuster entertainer. The Neta, the Babu and the Builder. And at the center of these three, dirty land deals. This unholy nexus, always discussed in hushed tones, was finally out for all to see in 2012. An alleged sweetheart deal between the country's biggest real estate company and the son-in-law of India's most powerful political figure exemplified crony capitalism at its worst. 5th October 2012, activists turned politicians Arvind Kejriwal and Prashant Bhushan unleashed an open attack on Robert Vadra, alleging his collusion with the Haryana government and DLF.
रॉबर्ट वडेरा जी ने 2007 से 2010 के बीच में 3 सालों के अंदर केवल 50 लाख रुपए से 300 करोड़ रुपए की प्रॉपर्टीज खरीदी।
Days after Kejriwal's attack, Ashok Khemka, a Haryana cadre officer and the key whistleblower in the expose, who had been investigating such land deals involving Vadra, was shunted out of office for a record 43rd time in his 21 years in service. Once the media uproar collapsed, Robert Vadra was given the clean chit from all corners, right from the Haryana government to the Prime Minister's office.
We never allotted any land to anyone. Whatever Haryana government has taken decision, that is through international bidding and transparent manner. We have never favored anyone.
But the biggest headline of 2012 that sent shockwaves across the real estate industry was the sensational murder of liquor baron and real estate giant Gurdeep Ponti Chadha. In a classic mafia-style shootout at a Delhi farmhouse, Ponti Chadha and his brother Hardeep were killed in mysterious circumstances. At the center of these bloody murders was the fight to gain control of this 12-acre farmhouse in the capital's posh Chhatarpur area. From a snack seller at a local liquor shop in Uttar Pradesh to becoming the undisputed king of the liquor business in the state and beyond, Ponti Chadha was aggressively expanding his 6,000 crore real estate business under the name Wave Group. But what catapulted him to the top of the game was his proximity to any and everyone in power. A dramatic rags to riches story that saw an equally dramatic end. Meanwhile, multi-crore scams continued to rock Indian real estate all through 2012. In Karnataka, a scam described bigger than the 2G scam came to light. 22,000 acres of Waqf land, 85% of which lied in Bengaluru, was transferred to private realtors illegally. The estimated loss to the exchequer was pegged at around 2 lakh crores. Gurgaon, the hotbed of India's real estate action, was given a new master plan for the third time in 5 years. Reports allege this was done to include a 40-acre piece of land that belonged to business partners of former Haryana Home Minister Gopal Kanda, now a prime accused in a suicide case. While in Noida, land meant for industrial development along the Noida Expressway was awarded as farmhouse plots to favoured businessmen, bureaucrats and developers by the region's authority. Noida Extension, Neher Par, the Indian real estate business hit a new low when thousands of buyers had to come onto the streets to fight for the home they emptied their savings for. In the absence of a body that would protect their rights, home buyers had no option but to rally together.
The nexus is very deep. All the colonizers, when I moved here 20 years ago, cared for us. If we rang them up, the owners would come running to our homes if we had a problem. Today, we call them, we ring them, we email them, we SMS. They just don't respond because they are in with the big people and they don't care about their true clients. And this will be the death knell of this industry if they don't wake up now.
The year 2012 spelled disappointment for the common home buyer, as crucial legislation like the regulatory and the land acquisition bill could not come through. 2013 now starts with a new hope that these critical real estate reforms get pushed by our policymakers to bring in the much needed transparency and accountability in the real estate sector. In New Delhi, Vasudha Sharma, NDTV.